Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and if you got a moment, subscribe. You know, I posted a video yesterday, earlier today, or whenever, it was about my phone dying. It's just a weird experience. You know, I used the phone all morning. Actually did a lot of check my emails, one thing or another, and charged it up. Just a normal routine morning, go ahead and checking things out, see if I had any family members send me a message or whatever. And no problem. So I decided I'd try to do a little vlog while I had a moment before I got involved with the projects going on. So I walked around the house and pointing out a few things that we have gotten accomplished. And while I was doing that, Grace sent a message, and I'd seen it pop up, and I said, okay, I'll get to it in a few minutes. I'm going to get on my terrace and open her message up, and I clicked the reply. Couldn't get the keyboard up. So, first thing come to mind, I just restart the phone, so I turned it off. Well, that was the end of the story. It didn't come back on. The reason I'm repeating this is because to inform you about warranty here in the Philippines. About anything you buy here in the Philippines, for some odd reason, or about anything you do in the Philippines, it has to go back to Manila. It's always Manila. Everything. I mean, even your driver's license, it's Manila based. Can you imagine, like in the United States, Washington, D.C., taking care of every driver's license in the country? What chaos that would be. That's what it is here. I got to renew mine this upcoming year, by the way. Yeah. And that's going to be a treat, because a few things have changed. It won't be too bad, but a few things have changed. But everything is Manila based. If you have a banking issue, you've got to wait for Manila. Which we did once. We stopped at an ATM. It's been a few years back. And the money was deducted from our account, but we got nothing come out of the machine. So the bank was still open, so we just walked inside. I expected them to check the machine and give us a refund or credit it back to our account. And they said, well, it'd be a 3-day process of them doing an audit on the machine, and then probably be several weeks before we get our money back, because they got to report this to Manila. We did get our money back, and they didn't take 3 weeks. It took, I think, almost 2 weeks, about 10 days, something like that. But we did get it back. But I already knew when I went in there to ask. When we were sitting there, the girl was telling us, And I looked at her, I said, you gotta wait on Manila. And she looked at me real funny. Like, how'd you know that? Everything has to go to Manila. I find that strange, the whole country has to wait on an approval from Manila. Right down to little basic things. But it works for them. I'm not complaining. It just slows everything down because, you take, I think there's somewhere around, it's over 100 million people here in this country. And, there's a lot of things goes on that has to go back to Manila. It sure puts the brakes on things. Slows everything down in progress. But I can't complain because I love living here. I'm going to miss my phone. I might get it back by Christmas. It had a lot of features that I really enjoyed. One, as y'all are well aware of, the camera was excellent, front and back. I think the rear camera, or the front, or the facing camera, like the one you're looking at now, was 32 meg. But the other camera, it's 100 and, I forgot the exact, but it's over 100 megapixels. Was very impressive and very detailed. It even had a micro option, which I checked it out, but I never put it to good use. And it's shocking. It's shocking how well it will do. Yeah. And it just the functions were so smooth compared to this one. Of course, there's an age difference between the two. The quality of everything about it was just so enhanced. I'm just lucky I still have this phone available to me, or I'd be without. But that's life. That's the way it is. And if I get a chance, I try to redo my video I started yesterday and show you some of the progress that we have. The only problem is I have to keep the camera fairly close so that you'll be able to have an audio. Well, with the other one, it did well even without a microphone, but with the mic, the wireless mic, it was great. This one here, it doesn't accept a wireless mic because this don't have the C charger. This has got the mini USB charge port, and I've not been able to find a decent mic to work on it. And I've tried the Bluetooth mic on it once too. It just didn't work. But anyway, folks, I appreciate everybody that's on board and watches my videos. Give you an idea of living here, some of the things you'll go through. And if you just take each day as for its value and appreciate everything that's given to you, it's a big help when things like this happens. Don't get stressed out about things, That reminds me, I read posts from these forums that people belong to, and it just strictly amazes me how they want to bring their home country with them and have that lifestyle here. I thought the whole purpose of coming here is to change everything to something more simple. I'll bring it with you. I like my simple life. I don't have an exotic house. Even if I was wealthy, personally, I'll just be honest with you, I don't think I'd build an exotic house. I doubt it been even much bigger than what I've got now. It might have a little bit more space, but not a lot. Because it's not necessary. You know, living in the tropics, you got to remember, you can be outside year round. So why put yourself in a box? You want to live in a box, just stay where you're at. That's the way I look at it. People build these big houses and cage themselves in. And I look at that and I said, you know, it's nice that they can have that. But basically, they're living in a cage. You know. I call them parrot people. You know, when parrots talk, they talk. Parrots in a cage most of the time. If they're not, they're on a perch. But they're still strapped to their home. So, those parrot people, they may have a big fancy house, but they still haven't opened their eyes up and have freedom. Oh, you know, I look at it and I smile. I even got some friends that's like that, and we had some good conversations. But they still, you can tell that they brought their world with them, and I just sit back and listen. And I just smile. It's because I know my peace of mind is a whole lot better than theirs. And I have a whole lot less. Yeah, I'm broke. But you see a smile on my face. I will overcome it. It takes a little time. That's what life's about. I wouldn't, you know, normally, you know, I probably would have bought another phone and when that repaired, sold it. But I'm not going to do that for a lot of reasons. I've got other things in mind that I want that's more persistent than my phone. I want to get an upgraded inverter for my solar, and work on putting some money back and getting some batteries, more batteries through, so I can extend my nighttime usage. I'll try to do a video on those soon. So just stay with me, and I really appreciate everybody. So if you don't mind, you watch me this far, subscribe.